report, Trump considering firing special counsel Mueller. PBS NewsHour anchor Judy Woodruff posted to Twitter Monday evening that Chris Ruddy, CEO of Newsmax, told her that President Donald Trump is considering perhaps terminating Robert Mueller as special counsel. Tells me President Trump is considering perhaps terminating Robert Mueller as special counsel. Chris Ruddy at POTUS is considering firing special counsel Robert Mueller. Former FBI Director Mueller was appointed by Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein last month to investigate alleged ties between the Trump campaign and Russia. Recent reports indicate that Mueller is looking to expand his investigation to include the decision to fire his successor as FBI Director James Comey. You're kidding me. GQ, so he's already compromised. Mueller's already, what do you mean to fire FBI Comey? He could fire whoever he wants. He's the president. GQ described Mueller's hiring for the investigation as a murderer's row of prosecutors and men and women responsible for bringing down Nixon, Enron, and the mafia. No crimes have been alleged to have been committed, nor has President Trump been accused of any crimes. Comey testified last week that he had told Trump several times before he was fired that Trump was not under investigation. Rudy's comments came the day after one of Trump's personal attorneys, Jay Sekulow, declined to rule out the possibility that Trump might fire Mueller. Sekulow was being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos on ABC News this week. Stephanopoulos. And finally, will the president promise not to interfere, not attempt at any time to order the Deputy Attorney General to fire Robert Mueller? Sekulow. Look, the President of the United States, as we all know, is a unitary executive. But the president is going to seek the advice of his counsel and inside the government as well as outside, and I'm not going to speculate on what he will do or not do. But right now, the role of the president is to govern the United States of America. He's going to do that. He's going to leave anything else to the lawyers. But I can't imagine that that issue is going to arise. But that again is an issue that the president with his advisors would discuss if there was a basis. I mean, George, if there was a basis upon which there was a question raised that raised the kind of issues that are serious, as in the situation with James Comey, the president has authority to take action. Whether he would do it is ultimately a decision the president makes. I think that's complete conjecture and speculation. The Constitution, it's a unitary executive. You know that you worked for a president. The Washington Examiner's Byron York published a report late Sunday night in which D.C. lawyers, including some who worked at the Department of Justice, questioned whether Mueller should resign due to his close friendship and professional history with Comey. One comment from a Capitol Hill lawyer. It's somewhat ironic, no? I mean, the whole purpose of the special counsel is to have a prosecutor from outside the government and outside of the normal chain of command, because inherent conflicts render the Justice Department incapable of handling it. So now the special counsel is a close friend, mentor, mentee relationship with the star witness, who by his own admission leaked the memos, at least in part, to engineer the appointment of a special counsel. Only in Washington, you can't make this stuff up. Totally agree. Ann Coulter posted on Twitter Monday afternoon that Attorney General Jeff Sessions should fire Mueller. Ann Coulter's tweet, Sessions never should have recused himself. Now that we know Trump is not under investigation, Sessions should take it back and fire Mueller. Absolutely. Let's take a listen here to Josh Kaplan
think he's considering perhaps terminating the special counsel. I think he's weighing that option. I think it's pretty clear by what one of his lawyers said on television recently. I personally think it would be a very significant mistake.
Really?
Even though I don't think there's a justification. And even though, I mean, here you have a situation...
You don't think there's a justification for
a special counsel in this case, but also, I mean, Robert Mueller, there's some real conflicts. He comes from a law firm that represent members of the Trump family. He interviewed the day before, a few days before he was appointed special counsel with the president, who was looking at him potentially to become the next FBI director. That hasn't been published, but it's true. And I think it would be strange that he would have a confidential conversation and then a few days later become the prosecutor of the person he may be investigating. I think that Mueller should have not taken the position if he was under consideration and had a private meeting with the president and was privy maybe to some of his thoughts about that investigation or other matters before the Bureau.
So you know for a fact that Robert Mueller was offered another position before he became special counsel?
I know for a fact that he was under consideration and that the president did talk with him in the days before he was named special counsel. I think there's a conflict there.
Oh, really?
Look, my position is that Mueller is a man of integrity.
Really?
But we all know in the history of these special investigations, they go far and wide. And they go well beyond what the original jurisdiction was. He's bringing in some of the top prosecutors that have worked in the Justice Department. This is not going to be rosy for the White House. And I have to look at when you say there's no... Judy, I think we both have to agree. So far, there's been no evidence of wrongdoing. There's been no allegation that the president engaged in any wrongdoing or any member of his staff did.
So what are we investigating? So what are we investigating? This is beyond me. And this is all now on the taxpayer's dime, you know. In other words, we have nothing to spend our time and money on except this. It's ridiculous. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.